Emptiness Isn't Bliss, I bring you another recipe that will help you get rid of your overripe bananas. So stick around while I make some breakfast bars. So in a large bowl, we want to combine a few ingredients. Then we're going to take our electric mixer, beat those ingredients, move on to our next bowl that we will beat another few ingredients. Then we'll combine everything, add a couple more things in, and then we'll be ready to put it in the oven. So we want to start by preheating our oven to 350 degrees. In your large bowl, you want to combine three things. 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 2.5 tablespoons of unsalted butter that I have melted just to make life a little easier while mixing that, and then 1/3 cup of peanut butter. Any style peanut butter will do. I'm just going with creamy. Alright, so I've got my three ingredients down there in my bowl. My electric mixer comes with a few varieties of attachments, so I'm going to go with these. These are a little bit hardier, so that peanut butter won't fight as much as I'm mixing it. Get this out of the way. So basically we just want to beat it until everything is smooth and creamy. And you can mix that any way that's easiest for you with what you have at home in your kitchen. And you may not even need to mix it very long or on a very high setting either. All nice and creamy. I think melting the butter definitely helped. I think that helped everything to just blend a little bit quicker. Okay, so I've set my bowl aside that I just mixed up my peanut butter, brown sugar, and butter in. Next up, I've got 1 raw egg. To that, I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Take my banana. Now the banana doesn't have to be overripe. It just mashes up a lot quicker and easier if it is. And then you're just going to mash that up with a fork or a spoon before we put that down in our bowl. So something like that. And then we're just going to mix and blend that. Those three ingredients. Then we'll move on to our next step. So there's what that looks like, all mixed up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to combine that in with our peanut butter mixture. Okay, so now we have our last three ingredients to add into the bowl. Those we're just going to stir. You can use anything you like to stir. I'm just going with a spatula here. So that would be 2/3 cup of oats. Little tip on this, I just use my instant oatmeal packets that I have and I just measure them out. That's just quick and easy for me. We're going to dump those in there. And then in here I've got 1/3 cup of flour and 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. If you don't have baking powder, you can always go with baking soda, but your measurement will be less. So 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda or 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. So there it is pre-mixed. All right, so now we want to just mix and blend. I don't know if you guys can see that. Mix and blend those ingredients until everything is smooth and coated. You work those oats in all the way to the bottom. There it is, all thick and mixed. As I was mixing it, so many smells coming out of it. I got the vanilla, I got the banana, I got the peanut butter. So just a great mix of just all nice flavors that just really complement one another. So our very last step is we want to take a pan, metal, glass, whatever you have, that is as close to 9x9 as you have. If you don't have 9x9, 8x8, whatever you've got. And we want to coat this with some cooking spray. This pan is very well loved, as you can see. I used to, and still do really, make my mashed potato stuffed meatloaf in here all the time. You can check that video out on the channel. All right, so now we're gonna just pour our breakfast bars right into our pan. Spatulas are great because they scrape the sides of the bowl so nicely. Get every last drop out, or clump in this case. And then what we want to do is use our spatula or spoon or whatever you're working with and just kind of smooth that out until it is nice and even in our pan there. Because it's so thick, you're not going to be able to kind of shake it thin, so you got to kind of smooth it out. Make sure you get it all the way in those corners. So it should look something like that. And then we're gonna pop it just like that in our preheated oven for 20 to 25 minutes. See you then. All right guys, here it is, right out of the oven. See those nice little golden brown edges all the way around. It's got a nice little firm texture to it. So I'm gonna let this sit for a bit, kind of cool down for a little bit before I cut it up. But of course, once I slice into it, I will give you a peek of that. Get your taste buds going, so see you then. All right, there it is. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.